Your peach tree looks green, full of leaves, and completely healthy. But when it comes to fruit, something just isn't right. Either the fruits are too small, falling early, or not forming at all. If this sounds familiar, then you might be missing one hidden nutrient, something most growers completely overlook. And the surprising part, your tree can look perfectly fine on the outside while silently struggling from the inside. Many growers focus heavily on the big three nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These are known as macronutrients because plants need them in large amounts. They help with leaf growth, root development, and overall plant structure. But what most people don't realize is that there are other nutrients, required in much smaller quantities, that are just as critical for fruit production. These are called micronutrients, and even a tiny deficiency can cause major problems. One of the most commonly ignored micronutrients is boron. Unlike nitrogen or potassium, boron is needed in very small amounts, which is exactly why it's often neglected. Farmers assume that if the plant looks green and healthy, everything must be fine. But boron plays a very specific and crucial role. It directly affects flowering, pollination, and fruit setting. Without enough boron, your peach tree may produce flowers, but those flowers won't turn into healthy fruits. Another important hidden nutrient is magnesium. Magnesium is responsible for chlorophyll production, which allows the plant to convert sunlight into energy. While it may seem like this is only related to leaf health, it actually impacts fruit development as well. Without proper energy production, the tree cannot support the growth of large, sweet, and fully developed peaches. Then there is calcium, which strengthens the cell walls of fruits. A calcium deficiency can lead to weak fruit structure, causing issues like fruit cracking, soft spots, or early dropping. Even if fruits begin to grow, they may not reach full quality without it. The key difference between macronutrients and micronutrients is not importance, it's quantity. Macronutrients are needed in large amounts, while micronutrients are required in tiny doses. But both are equally essential. Think of it like cooking food. Salt is used in small amounts, but without it, the entire dish loses its taste. The problem is that most soils, especially in intensively farmed areas, gradually lose these micronutrients over time. Continuous use of chemical fertilizers often replaces only the major nutrients, leaving behind hidden deficiencies that slowly affect plant performance. So, if your peach tree looks healthy but isn't producing the way it should, don't just add more fertilizer blindly. The real issue might not be what you're giving too little of, but what you're not giving at all. When it comes to growing healthy, productive peach trees, this hidden nutrient plays a much bigger role than most people realize. It's not just about having a green tree, it's about what's happening inside the plant at the cellular and physiological level. This nutrient directly influences how your tree flowers, sets fruit, develops sweetness, and even how strong and marketable your peaches become. First, let's talk about fruit development. A peach tree may produce plenty of flowers, but without the right micronutrient balance, especially elements like boron, those flowers often fail to turn into fruits. Boron is critical for pollen viability and fertilization. If pollination is weak or incomplete, the fruit either doesn't form or drops very early. This is why many growers complain about flowering but no fruit. The issue is not visible at first, but it's happening at a microscopic level during pollination. Next is flower formation itself. Healthy flowering depends on proper nutrient signaling within the plant. Micronutrients help regulate hormone activity and reproductive growth. Without them, the tree may produce fewer flowers, or the flowers may be weak and short-lived. In some cases, you might notice flowers drying up or falling before they even get a chance to develop. This directly reduces your overall yield before the fruiting stage even begins. Another major role of these nutrients is in sugar transport and sweetness. Nutrients like magnesium are deeply involved in photosynthesis, the process that creates energy and sugars inside the plant. But creating sugar is only half the job. The plant must also transport those sugars from leaves to fruits. If this system is weak, your peaches may grow in size but lack sweetness and flavor. This is why some fruits look good but taste bland. Proper micronutrient balance ensures that sugars are efficiently moved and stored in the fruit, improving both taste and quality. Then comes cell strength and fruit structure, where calcium plays a key role. Calcium strengthens cell walls, making fruits firm, healthy, and resistant to damage. Without enough calcium, peaches can develop soft spots, become easily bruised, or even crack before harvest. Fruit cracking is a major issue, especially after irregular watering or rainfall, and weak cell walls make the problem worse. A strong cellular structure not only improves fruit quality, but also increases shelf life and resistance to diseases. Now let's move to the most important part: how to recognize if your tree is lacking these nutrients. The signs are often visible, but many growers misinterpret them or ignore them until it's too late. One of the earliest signs is yellowing of leaves, especially between the veins. This condition, often linked to magnesium deficiency, causes the leaf veins to remain green while the areas between them turn yellow. It's a clear signal that the plant is struggling to produce enough chlorophyll and energy. Weak flowering is another major warning sign. If your tree produces fewer flowers than usual, or if the flowers drop prematurely, it indicates that the plant lacks the nutrients needed for proper reproductive growth. This is often associated with boron deficiency, which directly affects pollination and flower stability. As the season progresses, you may notice small or misshaped peaches. These fruits may appear uneven, underdeveloped, or simply fail to grow to their normal size. This happens because the plant cannot properly distribute nutrients and energy to the developing fruit. Fruit drop before ripening is another frustrating symptom. The tree may start developing fruits, but they fall off before reaching maturity. This is often a defense response. When the plant lacks sufficient nutrients, it sheds excess fruit to conserve energy. Finally, leaf curling or burning edges can indicate nutrient imbalance or stress. Leaves may twist, dry at the edges, or develop a scorched appearance. This shows that the plant's internal systems are under pressure and not functioning optimally. In simple terms, your peach tree might look okay from a distance, but these small signs reveal a deeper problem. If you learn to recognize them early, you can take action before your yield and fruit quality are seriously affected. Now the big question is, why does this problem happen in the first place? Why do peach trees suddenly start showing signs of hidden nutrient deficiency, even when you are regularly fertilizing them? The answer lies in a combination of soil conditions, farming practices, and root health. The most common cause is simple soil deficiency. Over time, soil naturally loses its micronutrients, especially when crops are grown continuously without proper replenishment. While many farmers add fertilizers, they often focus only on major nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. This means important micronutrients such as boron or magnesium are not replaced, leading to gradual deficiency. The soil may still support green growth, but fruit production starts to decline. Another major reason is the overuse of nitrogen fertilizers. Nitrogen is excellent for promoting leafy growth, and that's why plants often look lush and green after its application. However, excessive nitrogen creates an imbalance. The plant puts more energy into growing leaves and shoots instead of flowers and fruits. At the same time, high nitrogen levels can interfere with the uptake of micronutrients, making deficiencies worse even if those nutrients are present in the soil. This is why a tree can look healthy, but still fail to produce quality fruit. High soil pH is another hidden factor that many growers overlook. When soil becomes too alkaline, certain nutrients become locked and unavailable to the plant. This means that even if the soil contains enough nutrients, the roots cannot absorb them. For example, micronutrients like boron and magnesium become less accessible in high pH conditions. This phenomenon, known as nutrient lockout, is a silent problem, because it doesn't show obvious signs in the soil itself, but the plant clearly suffers. Poor root health also plays a critical role. Roots are responsible for absorbing water and nutrients from the soil, so if they are weak, damaged, or stressed, the entire plant is affected. Waterlogging, compacted soil, or lack of oxygen in the root zone can reduce root efficiency. In such conditions, even a nutrient-rich soil cannot support proper plant growth. Weak roots mean weak nutrient uptake, leading to deficiencies that show up in leaves, flowers, and fruits. Now let's talk about how you can identify this problem in a simple and practical way. The most reliable method is soil testing. This involves taking a sample of your soil and analyzing it to determine nutrient levels and pH. A basic soil test can tell you whether your soil lacks specific nutrients or if the pH is too high or too low. While laboratory testing provides accurate results, even simple field test kits can give you a useful idea of your soil condition. Knowing what your soil actually needs prevents guesswork and helps you apply the right nutrients in the right amount. For farmers who want a quick and easy method, visual diagnosis is also very helpful. By carefully observing your plant, you can identify early signs of deficiency. Yellowing leaves, weak flowering, poor fruit development, or leaf edge burning are all indicators that something is wrong. While this method is not as precise as soil testing, it is practical and can help you take immediate action before the problem worsens. Once you identify the issue, the next step is to correct it using natural and effective sources. Compost is one of the best all-around solutions. It improves soil structure, adds organic matter, and slowly releases a wide range of nutrients, including micronutrients. Regular use of compost not only feeds the plant but also enhances soil health over time. Wood ash is another useful option, especially as a source of calcium. It helps strengthen plant structure and can improve fruit quality. However, it should be used in moderation, as excessive application can raise soil pH. Banana peel fertilizer is a simple and natural way to add potassium along with trace nutrients. It supports flowering and fruit development while being easy to prepare and apply. If magnesium deficiency is suspected, Epsom salt is a highly effective solution. It can be applied as a soil treatment or a foliar spray, providing quick relief to the plant. By understanding the root causes and using the right testing and natural solutions, you can restore balance in your soil and help your peach tree perform at its best. Now that you understand the importance of these hidden nutrients, the next step is applying them correctly. Even the best nutrients won't give results if they are used in the wrong way. Proper application method, timing, and quantity make all the difference. There are two main ways to apply micronutrients to your peach tree: soil application and foliar spray. Soil application means adding nutrients directly to the soil so roots can absorb them over time. This method is slower but provides long-lasting results. For example, compost, wood ash, or even small amounts of Epsom salt can be mixed into the soil around the root zone. Always apply it a few inches away from the trunk and lightly water afterward so nutrients start moving into the soil. Foliar spray, on the other hand, is a faster method. In this technique, nutrients are dissolved in water and sprayed directly onto the leaves. Plants can absorb nutrients through their leaves much quicker than through roots, making this method ideal when you need quick results, especially during active growth stages. Foliar feeding is very effective for micronutrients like boron and magnesium. When it comes to quantity, less is more. Micronutrients are required in very small amounts, so overuse can do more harm than good. For example, a light solution of Epsom salt, about 1 to 2 teaspoons per liter of water, is usually enough for foliar spray. Soil applications should also be moderate. Too much can disturb the nutrient balance or even damage roots. As a general rule, apply small doses and observe plant response before repeating. Frequency also matters. Instead of applying a large amount once, it's better to apply smaller doses at intervals. For foliar sprays, once every 10 to 15 days during the growing season is often sufficient. Soil amendments like compost can be applied every few weeks or at the beginning of the season to build long-term fertility. Timing is one of the most critical factors. The best time to apply these nutrients is during the flowering stage and early fruit set. This is when the plant needs extra support for pollination, fruit formation, and early development. Applying nutrients too late, after fruits have already developed, may not give the desired results. Early and timely application ensures maximum benefit. Now, let's talk about common mistakes that many growers make. One of the biggest mistakes is over-application. More nutrients do not mean better results. In fact, excess micronutrients can become toxic and damage the plant, causing leaf burn or growth issues. Always stick to recommended amounts. Another mistake is wrong timing. Applying nutrients when the plant does not need them or too late in the growth cycle reduces effectiveness. For example, applying boron after fruit formation won't help much because its main role is during flowering and pollination. Many growers also rely only on NPK fertilizers, ignoring micronutrients completely. This creates an imbalance where the plant grows leaves but fails to produce quality fruits. A balanced approach is always better. When you apply nutrients correctly, the results can be clearly seen. Leaves become greener and healthier, showing strong photosynthesis activity. Fruits grow larger and more uniform in shape. Yield increases as more flowers successfully turn into fruits. And most importantly, peaches become sweeter and more flavorful due to better sugar development and transport. In the end, it's not just about feeding your plant. It's about feeding it the right way at the right time. Here's a powerful bonus tip that many growers overlook. Don't rely on nutrients alone. Combine them with proper watering and pruning for double the results. Even the most important micronutrients like boron or magnesium won't work effectively if your watering is inconsistent or your tree is overcrowded. Irregular watering can cause stress, leading to poor nutrient absorption and issues like fruit drop or cracking. At the same time, dense branches block sunlight and airflow, creating a humid environment where diseases thrive and nutrients cannot be properly utilized. By maintaining consistent moisture in the soil and regularly pruning to open up the canopy, you allow the plant to absorb nutrients efficiently and direct its energy toward healthy fruit production. So always remember, nutrients are just one part of the system. Watering, pruning, and overall care complete the picture. And with that, here's your final takeaway. If your peach tree is struggling, producing weak fruits, or dropping them too early, this hidden nutrient might be the missing piece. Start observing your tree closely, make small corrections, and you'll be surprised how quickly the results begin to show.